Welcome to part 39 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and the Coffin Up Queen inadvertently bought Lana some more time. How much time we're talking? The point that the court had to go into recess because the muffler had something in it. Now then, to sum it all up, ladies and gentlemen, Lana Skye is literally in a losing battle. She's going to go to jail. There is no bones about it. The only thing we're doing is trying to reduce her sentence. That's basically all we're doing. I mean, this is like the most insurmountable odds Phoenix had in a while. Well, actually, no, Phoenix had in this game. God forbid we get the spirit of justice, where, well, the worst will happen to the lawyer, defense lawyer anyway, should he lose the case. Along with the client, actually. Now, if I could ever get with somebody who actually has that game and can record it, by all means. I tried to play it on emulator. It's just, the emulator doesn't work on my computer, but I fought through it and actually beat it. And then it crashed at the end of the game. But whatever the case, we just went through a whole lot of trouble to try to disprove Angel Starr about Lana wearing a red muffler on the day of the murder. Well, Jake Marshall is going to pretty much debunk our debunking. You see, Jake Marshall was among many people who has many run-ins with Lana, like, not like altercations or stuff like that, like passing her by, and also happened to see her while she was in the prosecutor's award ceremony. And guess what she was wearing on that very day? Before Edgeworth ended up finding a corpse in his brand new, or should I say, his beat up car. Even though his car literally looks like a brand new Ferrari, and he power slid that bitch right into the courtroom on the Ace Attorney anime. I wish I could show that. I really do. I barely got away with the red white clip that I had. But they're getting really stringent on copyright. So on that note, I will say this. Yes, Lana was wearing that muffler that day. And unfortunately, she took it off in the picture. So therefore, Angel Starr was right, we were wrong, and more importantly, Angel Starr had tried to tell the truth. The only thing that caused her to be in perjury was because of the fact that she kept pulling up evidence later in the trial. More importantly, the fact that her own bias forced her to lie. That is one of the things that got her caught up in jail for perjury. I don't think she was in jail for long, because unlike America, which you can actually serve up to 5 years for perjury, it's a misdemeanor in Japan. So that's why she may not be in there for long. So, the trial continues, and hopefully we can actually do something about, Lana, but unfortunately, we've got other problems. Edgeworth. Edgeworth looks like he's seen a ghost. Not just any ghost, he looks like he saw The Exorcist. Or Jason. I mean, look at him. The only time he looks like that is when he's in a panic. And probably because of the fact that the persecutors, had went there and conducted an investigation. And unfortunately, they didn't come up with anything. But unfortunately, the investigation was the least of Edgeworth's problems. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the person who is probably the best character in the game, and the reason why this case sucks. He's the best character in the game because Damon Gant is by far the most jovial character in the entirety of the series. He's also the reason why this case sucks. And I'm going to tell you why. You see, this case is hard for... Oh, it does that. Ah, dear Lord. It was doing that again. It disconnected itself. I hate it when it does that. I probably have to use the wireless from here on in. But whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to say... Damon Gant, in many parts of this case, where he is on the witness stand, the last thing you want to do is dilly-dally with this guy. He actually has a limit to what you can actually ask him. Even starting at this segment here. As a matter of fact, he is infamous for trying to make the game as hard as humanly possible, to the point where there's at least 3 or 4 parts in this trial where you can get an instant game over because of him. This is why this case sucks. Oh, you'll be running into them quite a bit, but not here though. Although, here the worst you could probably get is 2 notches off of your credibility. Thank God the HD version turned the credibility bar into a bar instead of just exclamation parts, because with this guy, you have 5 chances to screw up, and that's 5 exclamation points. Each one of them will be gone every time you make a screw up. If for some reason you screw up 3 times in the original Nintendo DS, game over. You're done. That's it. Lana is found guilty. And speaking of Lana, her muffler just so happens to be in Gant's possession. Yeah, about Damon Gant. He has a penchant of pulling up evidence. I mean, he is the chief of police. But that theme of his that you heard earlier, probably, he's the guy who's infamous for his phrase, "gone swimming"? And boy, has that been a meme. Every time you hear that theme, everyone's talking about going swimming. In fact, every time he shows up, the first thing he asks is, "Have you gone swimming lately?" Oh yeah, and Edgeworth is kinda ticked off at the fact that he did not get the information that he needed. Well, Gant's about to drop a bomb on him. Also, here's the thing. While persecutors could bully other detectives, not the chief. The only person who actually has somewhat of a relationship of that close proximity with the chief is the chief persecutor. And even then, the chief of police outranks the chief persecutor. That's one thing I think Law and Order actually bring up. And Edgeworth is just looking completely stunned that the evidence folder that Damon Gant just pulled up was the evidence folder that Officer Meekins brought to Edgeworth. In fact, that would be the evidence that would be in the envelope. But the thing is, Edgeworth ran off Officer Meekins. Yeah, he did that a couple of parts ago. So yeah, this is coming back to bite Edgeworth dead in the ass. In other words, he had the evidence and he blew it. So unfortunately now we're going to be doing, once again, examination. We were forced to do it this time around. So we have to open up the switch.